Welcome back, everybody. I think we might actually have a few things to talk about today. But first, let's go feed the chickens. Morning, doggies. And they all see me and they're wanting to eat. I'm getting late start this morning feeding these guys, and they're not happy about it. Just a little update on our mouse trap, those of you who was wanting to know about it. There's the big hole in it. Yeah, I just did that when I just picked the lid up. But no, we haven't caught nothing in it yet, but it's because the peanut butter that I had on the roof of the trap had fell off and went down into the bucket. And when I just checked the bucket, I'm going to get ready to put some more peanut butter on here in just a few minutes so I get done with the chickens. When I picked the lid up, the lid or the trap actually fell inside the bucket. So I'm gonna fix that here in just a little bit. But I need to get these chickens out of the way first. They're sounding mad. Just out of curiosity, how many of you use plastic corrugated sheeting to feed your chickens with? It works pretty good as far as keeping the feed stuff from spilling all over the place because it gets trapped in the rivets in the plastic. So it helps keep less waste on your chickens or your chicken feed. Try it. And for those of you who are wondering what we feed our chickens, here lately has been a mixture of sweet feed and cracked corn. And it's not because of any particular nutritional value, but it's because of pretty much cost. For laying mash and stuff, it's going to be close to $20 a bag. The corn and the sweet feed runs about $10 a bag for a 50-pound bag. And they seem to like it pretty good. It seems to hold them pretty good. And the sweet feed they really like. And it still has its nutrition to it. And we also still keep oyster shells available for them that they can eat as they need it. So they're getting their calcium also on top of their protein. So that's what we feed them. Nothing special. Horse feed and corn. Before we go any further, let's take a minute and just wish Steph a happy birthday. You know, she puts up with a lot through the year, and even on her birthday, she still has to put up with me. Okay, so back to the mouse bucket. What I did this time is I stuck some cornbread out here, hoping this will help. If this don't work, there's a hole right here on top of this. I might find a way to tie off some bait right here. That way, I don't have to worry about losing it inside the bucket. But I'm going to try this first. But like I said, if that don't help, I hadn't seen anybody tying right here, but I think it'd be a good idea. So I think you can do it, and I don't think you'd lose your bait. So let's see how well this works. Okay, I said a few minutes ago we got some things to talk about today, and one of the things is we made a decision to get rid of the blue tractor. We're still going to keep the white one because it belonged to my grandfather, and it works. But yeah, the blue one. The reason we're doing this is really the blue one. It needs a little too much work. It wouldn't take much to get it going again. I'll tell you that. But the amount of time that I have between work and other things, I just don't have the time nor really the money to put into it. You know, I do hope again once I ever get situated where I actually got a better time schedule, you know, I would like to have a good little project tractor at a later date, but it's not going to be right now. And that thing's just going to sit out there and rust away. So it's better if somebody else gets it and gets it running. It's a good tractor. It really shouldn't be sitting there. And I actually got a guy coming to look at it later today. And so here in just a few minutes, I'm going to roll it out from underneath the tree, pull it out there in the yard, hopefully, where he can get a better look at it, because everything's so muddy. I hate for him to have to go out and walk in the field to look at it. That might make it harder to load with it out there. I really hate to get rid of it. I actually love that tractor. It's actually easier to get on and off of than the other one. But sometimes you have to make some decisions that you don't like, and this is one of them. So, which I'm offering the guy what I think it's a fair deal for both of us on it. We'll go out there. Guess I better go out there and get that tractor moved. Okay, so change of plans. As soon as I was getting ready to head out the door, the guy messaged me, said he wasn't going to be able to make it today to look at the tractor. So, no big deal. I still got a lot of things I need to do. So, let's go get into something else. Yep, filled up the goose pool. Little update on the geese. In the last video, we was discussing on what to do with these guys, whether to keep them or get rid of them or butcher them. And we still ain't made no decisions on them yet. I got a feeling we're just going to end up keeping them and dealing with the situation, because they are good as far as predator control and stuff. But man, that white one can be mean. Can't you? She's running from me. She's been kicked by me a couple times. That's probably why. He don't bite me. He don't bite me at all. Now he'll go after Steph. He got me one time. That's the one that started out to be the main one, and then for some reason they just changed roles. I think that one's actually a goose, and the white one I think's a gander. Notice the white one's got a little bigger knot on its head and stuff. So what I need to do is to kind of stretch this fence back out a little bit and hook it back up to electricity, because having a hard time keeping the chickens in anymore. I think that's part of it. That's not all of it, but that's part of it. So, let's get this started. That hen there literally just flew over that fence and back in there. And she's got clipped wings. Anybody got any tips on how to keep these birds in here? Okay, so what I did was I added some string to the corners, kind of straighten them, kind of help tighten the fence up just a little bit. And so it kind of helps get it off the ground a little bit more too. And I added a few stepping posts here on the this one end over here where I was lacking some. I'm gonna go hook up the electricity, and hopefully she'll work. That goose says no. I hope it don't work. Okay, so I got the electric fence back on. It looks like it's got a pretty strong pulse going through it, which means the circuit should be good. I started to say I should go get my voltage regulator or my voltage meter. I just heard a chicken get shocked, so that tells me that thing's working. Look at that chicken. Trying to figure this out. Got electric fence on now. She ain't liking it. She's trapped in there. ain't liking that she's trapped in there. Okay, so it's time for the moment of truth here. Mm, 2.8, it's not great, but it's, I think for our purposes, we can live with it. Same way on that wire. On down here. A little hotter down there. 3.1 now, that's what I like. Got on down here. 2.8. We're just going to have to live with that, I think. But I did hear one of the chickens hit the wire earlier. Didn't kind of like it. Didn't like it that well. So. Let's I'm gonna live with this for now. What I'll do is later on this evening, after we get back, we're gonna go out and celebrate my wife's birthday later. But what I'll do is I'll try to catch all these throw on the outside and put them on the inside, and they won't all stay in there, but some of them will. Some of them will stay in with the electric. Some of them will come out no matter what. And that's what we was talking about earlier. I had that one chicken. It just flew flat-footed from the outside onto the top of the old metal cage on the inside. And she had clipped wings. So, you know, these fences, they're not foolproof, but I'll tell you, they do help. They've helped us a lot. So, let's yeah, Bruno wants attention. Good dog, ain't you, Bruno? Yeah, good dog. Wish you'd quit taking your Seresto collars off. We keep buying Seresto collars for him to keep the fleas off, and he's got a bad habit of ripping them off. I don't know why he does that. But then he gets eat up with fleas because he don't have his collar on. So. Watch that chicken. Dig for bugs and stuff. Okay, guys, so I got a question. I've been thinking about taking a trip to Louisville, Kentucky in February, because February 14th, starting February 14th through 17th, is a big international farm equipment show. It goes on every year, and I've been thinking about going to it the last few years, and I'm actually thinking about maybe making this the year that I get to go to it. It's really not that hard for me to get to it as far as time-wise of driving. I could be there in 3.5 hours. But my question is if I go, and I'm not saying I'm going, I can't make that promise as of yet, but if I go, how many of you would like to see footage from my point of view of that show? If those of you don't know what the International Farm Equipment Show is, it's held in Louisville, Kentucky every year, and manufacturers from all the farm equipment industry and the construction equipment industry meet there, and they show off their best equipment, and they have different seminars, and it's a big convention as far as for farm and construction equipment. And there's going to be all kinds of YouTube videos on it that's going to be more in depth than what I'm going to do. If I do a video on it, it's pretty much just going to be an overview of what I liked, what I didn't like about it, and I'll probably only get a chance to, if I do go, I'll probably only get a chance to do it for a day. But it's a huge event, more than 250,000 people go to it every year. So let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I'm not committing to going to it as of yet. I can't do that till closer to time. But if I do go, would you guys like to see footage from it? Let me know.